we only criticize to build, not to destroy. I appreciate you and I thank you. Now, my brother, my sister, I begin with something that I will not spend even 2 minutes on. Western Togoland. This is the 3rd day on the trot that I'm talking about this. Right now, it looks like things have calmed down. And it looks like the security forces are out there trying to deal with this situation. Much as we want to say thank you so much for bringing peace and calm so far, I will still want to go ahead and remind our beautiful nation, Ghana, and the rest of Africa, that threats of terrorism are still high. We have had enough of terrorists. We have had enough of confusion. My brother, my sister, as I said a couple of days ago, we need the chiefs in the area to collaborate with the MP of the area, led by President J.J. Rawlings, and there will be permanent peace. A certain dialogue is going to come out that is going to be lasting. And the good news is that President Nana Akufo-Addo and former President J.J. Rawlings seem to have a very good rapport. The camaraderie is very strong and powerful. And I will say that use this opportunity to put former President Rawlings in front of this delegation, and trust me, this issue would be a thing of the past. Violence is not going to help, albeit temporarily. Violence is not going to solve this problem. I have not seen anywhere in the world where violence has been able to solve the problem of violence. My brother, my sister, at this point, I would like to remind you that election is here. We need to look at this issue very seriously. Some wicked people can go underground and fuel the fire of the so-called Western Togoland. It is so easy. A word to the wise is enough. Check it out. Now, that area is supposed to be the stronghold of a certain political party or a certain group of political parties or a certain group of people. In an election year like this, criminal-minded, selfish politicians could go underground, fuel the fighting so that there could be a curfew in there and people will be disenfranchised from coming out to exercise their right to vote. A word to the wise is enough. We have seen how the West brews trouble amongst us so that the same West will come behind and steal the gold and the diamond and our oil resources. We've seen that time and again. Now this is happening internally. Oh, it is the stronghold of a certain political party, or it's the stronghold of a certain politician. And for that matter, since they are not going to vote for us, why don't we just ignore this nonsense? Let it fester. Let it continue to rot. And then we'll be forced to put some kind of legislation there. I'm talking about a curfew. I'm talking about frightening the people of the area with the military, so that people who could even return to the area to vote now will be safe or feel safe staying away from the area. And by so doing, you end up blocking the so-called votes that will go to whoever has that place as his stronghold. Please, the motherland first. Election is not the end of life. After election, there is life to be lived. After election, there's a lot of work to be done. If this is not handled, After election, it will become an albatross on the neck of every Ghanaian. As I said, I don't intend spending so much time on this. I'll repeat. A delegation of chiefs in the area, MPs in the area, led by ex-President J.J. Rawlings, in this Western Togoland issue, and it will be a thing of the past. I heard Nanado said, in fact, I heard him say that he is at least going to get 90% of the Asante Achim votes. For obvious reasons. That is a stronghold. My brother, my sister, if we continue having this issue of this is my stronghold, that is my stronghold, that is my stronghold, and you boldly come out and say those things, my brother, my sister, how will those people who you claim are not your strongholds think of you? You go to your hometown and build roads and make the whole place look like heaven because it's your stronghold. Then you go to the area that is not your stronghold and lavish them with promises and lies. When we do the politics of strongholds, my brother, my sister, we will lose all hold. A word to the wise is enough. I leave it there. Now I'm going to look at something today, and it's very important. And I'm reading that from my Joy Online. It says, suspend COVID-19 testing at KIA, that's the Kotoka International Airport. Abrogate contract with Frontier Healthcare Solution Services. And this is credited to the minority. And it says, I read, the minority in parliament is demanding the immediate suspension of the contract agreement between government and Frontier Health Services at the Kotoka International Airport. This, according to the NDC, is because the awarding of the contract was in breach of the country's procurement law. Addressing a press briefing today, the minority spokesperson on health, Kwabena Minta Akando, alleged that the contract was awarded based on relations and not competence. Our sources indicate that Healthcare Solution Services Limited was incorporated on the 3rd of June 2020, this year. 3rd of June 2020, it was incorporated this year. A few months back, that's the 3rd of June 2020. Now the company also received its certificate to commence business on the same day. Further investigations have shown that Healthcare Solution Services Limited is owned 100% by another company called the Peters Family Company Limited. The company is registered in Dominican Republic, a notorious offshore tax haven, and investigations point to the fact that the company belongs to a Nigerian billionaire businessman called Benedict Peters. The opaque status of Frontier's Healthcare Solution Services Limited clearly strengthens our position that the award of the contract to Frontier Health Solution Services Limited is a grand scheme by the Akufo-Addo government and his family and friends to enrich themselves at the expense of people who are struggling to make ends meet in these difficult times of COVID-19. The MP for Juaboso also questioned why the contract was not awarded to Noguchi Memorial Institute for medical research, since the institution has been at the forefront of all COVID-19 testing in Ghana. I stop there. My brother, when you are traveling into Ghana, you are supposed to pay $150 for a certain test. And that is the COVID-19 test. There are people who complained that even flying out of Ghana, they got tested. They arrived in Sierra Leone and they were tested. Coming out of Sierra Leone, they were not tested anymore. Arriving in Ghana, they were tested again. It means 2 times. They test you before you go out and test you when you come in. Some people have alleged so. 150 American dollars to be tested. First and foremost, why is it not charged in cedis? Why is the figure not quoted in cedis? You keep saying that you will arrest the dollar, yet you keep setting the dollar on the loose. You boasted to all Ghanaians that your government will arrest the dollar and imprison it for life like Atai. But you have set the dollar on the rampage, on the loose, and the dollar is giving us a good whooping in this country. Number 2, all the testing that was done, we all saw Noguchi Memorial was running helter-skelter in order to secure the lives of Ghanaians. Today it is time to be able to prove to the whole world that we are actually on top of our game. As medical people in this country, you've gone to bring the so-called offshore registered company belonging to a Nigerian billionaire, as alleged in this story, published by My Joy Online. Now, the most dangerous part of it is this was registered on the 3rd of June, 2020, a few months back. And it got its certificate to start work on the same day. And according to this story, there was no procurement whatsoever, procedure for this. My brother, my sister, you see what it is? When you arrive in Sierra Leone, they charge you $100 for the test. Some other countries is even lower. But in our country, because we are so greedy, we claim we want people to return to Africa, return to Ghana, the year of return. Yet, we are making it difficult for people to come into this country. 150 American dollars, charged in dollars. How would people respect your city? When you mention your city in America, they ask you if that is the name of an African king. If you mention the city in America, they ask you if it is the new brand for a toilet paper. If you mention the city in Germany, they would ask you if that is the name of a candy. And if you go to France and mention city, they would ask you if that's the name of the president who died in Guinea several years back. You don't promote your own currency. You have no respect for your own currency. Hotels in Ghana are charging in dollars. Big businesses all over Ghana are owned by foreigners who have not done due diligence. I'm yet to see foreign companies come out and do their social responsibilities. The other day we were told that Ghana Airways has been operating in this country for close to 50 years, if not even more. They have never bought a single toilet roll to put in a KVIP public toilet and say, Ghanaians, we've done business with you for the past 50 to 70 years. We love you. Please, this is our social responsibility. Clean your backside when you go into that KVIP. The plan that they designated to Ghanaians and Nigerians to return home is infested with cockroaches and bedbugs. My brother, my sister, when you look at some of these things, you start to fret and sweat. Because in these times, it looks like we are not getting any respect at all from these people. And that is totally intolerable. In these times, you check this thing out, and you wonder, are we truly independent? How can you be independent when your country's biggest companies are all owned by foreign nationals? How can you be independent when your hotels are busily charging in foreign currencies? How can you, my brother, my sister, call yourselves independent when your own budget, when you read your budget at the parliament, you quote figures in dollars. Are you okay? Think about it. We are not just ranting for nothing. We want the country to be able to stand on its 2 feet. We want the country to be an enviable country, like the days of Kwame Nkrumah and the rest. When you mention Ghana, Americans will say that is the capital of Africa. Americans could not do anything in Africa without talking to Kwame Nkrumah, because they saw Kwame Nkrumah as the president of Africa. True or false? How did Kwame Nkrumah make Ghana the capital of the whole of Africa? No African leader was able to do anything in Africa without mentioning it to Kwame Nkrumah. When Kwame Nkrumah was here with us, you know how many African leaders came in here and turned Ghana into their backyard garden? You know what that means? They entered into Ghana as if Ghana was part of their country, just to come and sit down and judge with Kwame Nkrumah, the epitome of wisdom. But today, all our figures are quoted in dollars. Foreign companies are more respected than the local company. Look what Noguchi did. When COVID-19 was on top of its game, and you know what I mean by that? You brought in the sacrificial lamb, Noguchi, to come and face it. At the time that information about this virus was not even total, Noguchi did everything possible, running left, right, and center. Our innocent doctors, hardworking nurses and doctors, a lot of them died because we didn't have enough information about this virus. Some doctors even resigned, I am told, because of this COVID-19. Some went on leave. Oh, I'm on leave till another time without pay. Take your pay, I'm away. Noguchi stood firm, did all these things possible. Today, that COVID-19 has been handled. You bring in a foreign company registered just a few minutes ago, and $150 American charged. My brother, my sister, I sit back here and I'm really sad. You look at these things and you are like, oh, what is this thing? What is happening? Are we okay in this country? We respect foreigners more than we respect ourselves. We quote our figures in American dollars. We have foreign names. We name our streets most of the time by people that we don't even know. Our history has no place for. Anybody who comes here to give us 2 pennies, we decide to make that person a king in this country. The latest was the Chinese man who was made a chief right there inside Abetifi. I hear the chief is now saying that the Chinese man should return to China. Listen to this thing. In my days, chiefs were full of wisdom. But these days, a lot of our chiefs are nothing but Humpty Dumpty dum-dums. Dum-dums. No sense, no brain. My brother, my sister, Ghana Airways worked in this country for over 70 years. Ghana Airways decided to give us a plane that was infested with cockroaches and bedbugs. Ghana Airways put our whatever it is. In London, I heard you would have to walk several miles before you reach the point where you'll be able to, they call it the terminal or something, to be able to fly out. Listen to what the former aviation minister says. Listen.
Any paying for Yana Bisham Waha. Say, in Soncronsio, our monum nipa mojam. Plane I 2 ferry, Britishairways, any boom. Or more mail na kai, and memoir. Almost why I my jatum sebu. Name almost a son. We are Michelle. And no dear, a fair no money agent. Ntiano, Ghana 4 years, you know. They don't matter. Some be woman, any treatment, I almost Magana for a quantum, Yanin, need kind. Nay, Ye free terminal 5. Aqua terminal 3. Ghana for someone here that on share back and sign a full plane. Ye see and swat, ye see and cruto. As for British Airways, my name. Fast walk in your Ghana for 2 times. One yes, fast prepare at your phone. And so no British Airways, only a social responsibility as you may be our Ghana. And you say a cotia woman. Yen said that's all my basic hospital. Yen said that's all mama. Be orphans every another. Yen said all my bicycles to cram a Ghana, Nidiada. And yet, a subam bonnie, I was a British Airways or Muja. Metna come in fancy. Yen yesa or Munumano. Moba, Muniebe, and Kitahu, and ye home for so, yet the Yamu for so, the Anani Sika Maja. It's all figures for her. Ah, Nigeria for Mutia. Usha tickets to Bois. Yeah, dear boy, didn't say Nigeria. Nanka can't find Uncle Scour or more. But see a per no say. Luggage is so I bags a little coin, Ghana afford to complain about me so since sign petition number. Nayam fan any British Airways for nothing. Ninty Anunya luggage allowance be bring. President of Mampay last year, or paying for Baha. Am I Kushia or Mampay or car? Putoka say baby rickety plane. Uti omu plane no much. And then modern wealthy planes papa omu fabin to sa route so. Yes, raw momu nyebi na sabe 85 years or my GSC card no. Say crown airline nka by now ya to planes wo mu be oha. Yenim sa omu nye ska free ho. Eti no ne tofa ebomu ane say. Yes, raw omu. Plane bia be to free Heathrow. Edro mai mu Ghana Accra Cocoroachs International Airport there. Yes, that's one spray mu. Yem pese be hu tefre, yem pese be hu akura, yem pese be hu sonko nsuo wo. Airline bia e free abochira manone. Nye wo monko. Sa yi koma airline bia ye business for her. Through British Airways. Ye pro business government. Business friendly government. Yen ka say the prayer be pra British Airways etiko daddy. Na emu ye person modwuma ye ne ye na Ghana fo nye omo mfa so se ne omo nya ye ho mfa so no edwade de ewu dia sebe ukodwom na to nyado a wo hwe de efe no wato.
My brother, my sister, British Airways, I think I said Ghana Airways, that was a slip when you are on heat. This is what some people don't want to hear. When you are so passionate for development, when you are so passionate for change, when you are so passionate to put your country on pedestal, some of these slips happen. I was talking about British Airways. Listen to what Cecilia Dapa said. Clearly, unequivocally clear. No ambiguity. Straight to the point. Some consume unkura, ntafre. She mentioned all that. You heard that. Rats, bedbugs, cockroaches, all inside Ghana Airways planes. And those ones are the only ones given to Ghanaians. Rickety planes you heard there. You sit in. Hey, I remember when I was returning from the US just a couple of years back, and I decided to go by Ghana Airways. I beg your pardon, British Airways. My God. You see, it's about time we had Ghana Airways back. It's about time we had Ghana Airways back. My brother, my sister, British Airways. Plane that took me to London and now bringing me back to Ghana from America to London. Oh my God, the flight was so smooth. All the seats had screens that you could watch movies on, and so on and so forth. But the moment we arrived in London, true to these words by Cecilia Dapa, I had to walk as if I was going from Jerusalem to Jericho. All the way. Walk. Several minutes on end before I arrived at the terminal. And when I arrived, it was like I had just finished a very long pentathlon. Or better still, decathlon. Hey! Now we had to sit down for long hours before somebody carelessly from the British Airways came there and then come. And the people were running. no order, no laws in Ghana. Ghanaians were scrambling, pushing each other. I came before you. And if you turn your back to see other nationals, the way they were behaving like human beings, in order, those who travel know what I'm talking about. Ghanaians were pushing each other in order to be served first. Giddy, 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 giddy. Somebody even put his bag in front of me. That the brother had gone to the bathroom and he would come and take the bag off and replace the bag there in the queue. Can you believe this? Listen to this. Now, when it was time for us to board the plane, it was a double-decker plane. Big one. First time I was sitting in a thing like that. Hey, some people went up, some people were down. I was lucky to be down. My God have mercy. I sat down there, and when the plane was about to take off after several hours of delay, Britishairways, yes. The plane finally took off, and when it was taking off, oh my God, it was like the Titanic. And me and fear flying. The way the plane was shaking, if anybody had told me that I was not going to be alive the next 10 minutes, I will tell the person, yes, you are a prophet. So terrible. And I swore that this Britishairways, I will never fly it to Ghana again. No way. From America to England, oh, perfect flight. Nice, beautiful flight. Respect and honor. They will ask you 2 million times if you wanted something. But on the flight from Ghana, I beg your pardon, England, London to Ghana, oh my God. I'll tell you something. And it's because of our own behavior sometimes. Listen, on the flight, I sat by this man with a big stomach, big belly. There was a British woman who was trying to be courteous to everybody. This man demanded liquor more than 10 times. Every 30 minutes he was asking for liquor, and he would ask for 2 at a time. And the woman started becoming aggravated. So, oh, this is the last one. You're not going to get anything more. And this man fell asleep and was virtually lying on me and farting throughout the whole journey in a Britishairways plane. Farting from when we started this flight and he started drinking. Farted all the way till we arrived in Ghana. How can you behave like this on a plane? And people were moving left, right, and center. At the time the pilot was making announcements, somebody was shouting and talking. Behave like human beings and be respected. That is why your politicians don't respect you. Your budgets are all read in the dollar. That is why foreign companies are brought here to disrespect us. Even little babies in Ghana right now will refuse a CD offer or a CD gift and take $1 offer or gift. Because you have devalued your CD to the point that nobody wants it anymore. Think about it, my brother, my sister. If you don't put value on yourself, nobody will give you that value. If you don't respect your currency, nobody's going to respect. How can you work in this country for 70 solid years? No social responsibility, nothing. You've never built a borehole. Never have you ever even provided toilet paper for the free KVIPs around Accra and beyond. Guinea worm is killing people. You have never done anything to aid these people. 70 solid years working in this country. Rather, you reward us with aeroplanes infested with cockroaches, mice, and lizards, and bed bugs. And in their own mail, according to the minister, Britishairways wrote in the email that they had replaced the planes that had the bed bugs and the mice and all. So Britishairways actually agreed that they had aeroplanes that had mice and had bed bugs and had lizards, and we were lucky alligators that don't even get on board. Can you send a plane like this to America? Can you send a plane like this, my brother, my sister, to Germany? Can you send a plane like this to South Africa, Algeria, Morocco? Go to Morocco and give them your CD. They will slap you and whip you 100 times according to the Sharia law. But come to Ghana, We know all currencies in the world, including currencies that are even from Afghanistan and all those war-torn areas. Put value on yourself. Respect yourself. Put value on your independence. Put value on your ancestors. COVID-19 testing, $150. You go to Sierra Leone, it's only $100. You are cashing in on the COVID. This is a company that is even fictitious, according to this press release. So as a nation, what do we do? A word to the wise is enough. I appreciate you. May Ghana prosper. May the youth rise and demand accountability. May the country become more patriotic. Because some of our proverbs are even disheartening. Abindi, onswa, ochu. In other words, as for the government, you don't carry it on your head, you drag it on the floor. Mr. Aban, onswa, ochu. Listen to some of our proverbs. When you are going to meet God, on the way when you meet a white man, go back home because you've seen God. Some of these stupid proverbs amongst us. Oh, bibini die adwin bone nko a. Enu nti na mo ma mo fro mo adwoa broni, mansa broni, kweku broni, kofi broni. Unya unhu bibini da. Ama bibini da bi. Adwoa bibini unhu da. Why? Are you cursed? My name Blakk Rasta. Ghana shall prosper. To God be the glory.